Hey everybody, welcome again to another episode of Just for Fun Games. My name is Azzy. With me as always is my friend Roy, and tonight we are going tonight at like midnight, we're going to review Mortal Kombat because it took me a while to get home and watch this movie, and I guess it was worth
it. I woke up at 3 a.m. to watch this movie. Okay. So John, your thoughts on the new Mortal Kombat movie?
This movie, if you're gonna watch this movie, and if you have HBO and you're already paying for HBO, why wouldn't you just watch it? I mean, you're already paying for it. It's not like you're throwing out ticket money or something like that. Go into it with this idea in your brain. This is a movie where just anything's gonna happen.
Grab,
for better or worse.
Grab whatever alcoholic drink because you're gonna need it.
Yes. Anything is going to happen for no reason whatsoever. It's just shit. This is a movie where shit just happens. And it's hilarious.
Oh, man. So what's your thoughts? Is it good? Hold up. Your camera went out.
My camera
Here we go again. What you say this time?
Okay. All right. Oh, God. I knew, I wanted to sit there and give it the benefit of the doubt. I went into this movie ready to give it the benefit of the doubt, and I was actually kind of hopeful, especially after watching a bit of that first scene that was already released on the internet. I was trying to not watch it so I could watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I didn't watch it when it came out. I was like, no, I want to watch the whole thing.
But very quickly, this movie squanders that goodwill. And I think the first thing that jumped out at me that let me know that things are kind of wrong here is that the fight choreography looked like something I would expect out of a movie from the 90s. It's like if they were trying to capture that 90s energy where the fight choreography looked less frenetic and more of like a dance. Something that was slower, where you're kind of wondering, is like, it feels like there's a second where before everyone actually does, each person does something. It pulled me out of the combat almost immediately. And what is with the cuts in this movie? There are sharp cuts everywhere, and it makes it very hard to tell what the fuck is happening.
You gotta have some blood somewhere.
That's when I was taking the movie seriously. And the moment in the movie, and let's before we go any further, from this point there will be spoilers.
He didn't even waste
sorry.
This
is never the channel. Has never really been the channel where we cannot go into spoilers. That's just sadly how it is. If you don't want to go any further than this, then I'm very sorry. But by all means, just this movie is a joke in the worst kind of sense. Go watch the original Mortal Kombat movie. You'll have a better time, I promise. Anyway, if you're going to stick around, if you've already seen the movie and you just want to be here for the discussion, I knew that this was going to be hilariously bad when Raiden shows up in the beginning after everyone's already been dead. Everyone was already killed. He shows up, and you see his eyes.
Yeah, and it's like, I was not digging that.
What was the special effects budget in this movie?
Why do you just, at this point, be clear white eyes? I do not. And I'm gonna be honest, he was not a good Raiden. He was not. I'm sorry.
Do anything with him. His whole thing was like, it's hilarious how it feels like they were trying to channel the energy from the original Mortal Kombat movie, and they missed so many of the things that the original movie did right.
Yeah,
they came up with a narrative reason. They came up with a narrative reason in the first movie for Raiden to not be an active combatant.
Yeah.
But they established his presence and established why, oh no, you don't fuck with Raiden.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do much.
He didn't do, I'm about to say, just like the first movie, he didn't do anything. About to say, like, at least, well, I'm gonna just say, at least in the first movie, they knew not to fuck with Raiden. But like this one, it was like Shang Tsung just rolled up in his temple. He's like, I want you warriors. And that's the other thing I did not like about this movie. Well, this was not even a tournament. Where was the tournament?
Like literally like a scene before, Melina's talking to Shang Tsung and is like, what if Raiden finds out that we're breaking the rules? Don't worry, I'll take care of Raiden. And it's like, okay, so there's gonna be some sneaky way. This is Shang Tsung. This is the character. This is the conniving schemer. He's got some kind of mischievous plan, mad scientist sort of like mindset and whatnot. What's his plan? To just roll up into Raiden's crib. Fuck your rules. I'm just gonna break them. It's like the gods are too lazy to do shit anyway. It's like that's an excuse. Then why did you do the tournament like 9 other times?
I don't know, but all right, but I'll say because I can tell you don't like this movie. I'm gonna tell my opinion.
It was hilarious.
I'm gonna tell you my opinion because like I've been up since 3 o'clock with this bullshit in my head the whole fucking day, like because technically we were supposed to do Falcon and the Winter Soldier today, but I was like, yo, I was so fucking pissed off at this movie. I want to do a review for Mortal Kombat instead until we get. Because like I watched this first and then I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I was not like really into the Falcon and the Winter Soldier because I was so mad. I was like, this fucking movie sucked. So yeah, this movie sucked. Point blank. And I'm coming as a deep Mortal Kombat fan. You know who my brother is. But I say if y'all don't know who he is, he's Esau 13. He does a lot of Mortal Kombat fan art. He was actually featured in Mortal Kombat X, where I think his Baraka and Reptile picture was in there. But I don't even know his impressions of the movie. I just know he asked for my HBO Max password and stuff, so I can't wait to see him in the morning. But,
I expect this shall be the movie that shall not be named.
Yeah, because God, like Eric, like the first couple minutes I was digging, it's the same fucking Scorpion versus Sub-Zero trope, and it's getting boring at this point. I'm tired.
Honestly, but the thing was is that at first I was kind of digging in. It's like Bihan was speaking in Mandarin, which it's like, oh, that's cool, trying to establish a sort of ethnicity there. But then it's like, oh, well, he speaks Mandarin, but he also speaks Japanese, and apparently we're just like, for those that are going into this movie not knowing shit about Mortal Kombat, it's like, so why do they hate each other?
Yeah, I mean,
they kind of like they pay lip service to a lot of stuff in this movie for no reason whatsoever. It's like, I understand putting in Easter eggs for the like the diehard fans. That's great, but you have to have a cohesive plot. It has to in some way make sense to somebody who's just walking into this fresh and not knowing shit. And the moment like the baby gets put underneath the floorboards, I was like, oh, and that's how we get Cole, and like the entire plot has already sprung to my brain.
Yeah, but I'll say, and like his character, I did not care about him. I did not like him. I say, like, he only had one good joke, and that was when he went up into Sonya Blade's little house, and she had the whole mural about Mortal Kombat, and he's like, oh look, you sure this is real? They even spelled it wrong, talking about the K in combat. I'm like, no man, see, you threw me out with that joke.
Nope, that wasn't even funny.
Yeah, but I say
that wasn't even funny. Everything around this was in this movie was funny. Taking this character Cole, and he's a mixed martial artist, and it seems like he's getting paid to lose fights or something. We don't get this idea that he's kind of like lost the will to actually persevere in order to win a fight or something. It's just like he seems like a shitty MMA fighter.
Yeah,
there was no buildup. Shit just happens in this movie. Jack shows up.
Yeah,
they turn Sonya into this crazy conspiracy theory.
Hold up, because this is your camera went out again. Damn it. Okay. Oh, he's coming back.
Right, I have no idea what's wrong with it.
He's gone. He's gone.
It's coming back. Just thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. All right.
There you go.
Oh. Okay,
about
there we
it,
go.
and I'm back.
Okay. Anyway,
Sorry.
but what made me fucking laugh the most about this is when, you know, Jax is pursuing Sub-Zero and he gets in the fight and, you know, he loses his arms and stuff. And then like Cole goes to Sonya and be like, hey, we gotta go get Jax. And then all of a sudden they go to find Raiden's temple, and it's like, what the, y'all just forgot about Jax? You about to say you're not going to check on him? And he luckily he was already at the Raiden's temple, but at the same time,
where the monks out in the middle of nowhere in a mystical temple created very thin prosthetic arms for Jax. It's like, why, what, how? And then I'm just looking, and like the rational side of my brain is looking at the irrational side of my brain, and the irrational side is just going, shit happens, and that's like the penchant for this movie. Just shit happens. Like in the original Mortal Kombat movie, and I'm going to continue to compare it to that one because
it's the better one. It's the
example.
All right.
It's the example, and honestly, going back, the fights in the original haven't even aged very well.
Oh no! Hell no!
And yet, if I were to compare it 1-to-1, it's still the better movie. They took the exposition, they boiled it down, and then they made specific characters. One being Liu Kang's grandfather, and the other being mostly Raiden. And they made those the guys that gave exposition, and then they allowed the movie to show rather than tell. It wasn't necessary to explain what's up with that ship. I mean, Johnny Cage would go like, "Wow, that's a weird ship," but we didn't need an explanation as to what the hell is it, Naglfar from Norse mythology or something. It doesn't fucking matter. It's going to take you to the island. This one, it's like you had Jax giving exposition, and Sonya giving exposition, and Liu Kang giving exposition, and Raiden giving exposition. And I'm sorry, I could spend all day talking about how fucking stupid Raiden is.
Yeah, I know Esau's like fucking pissed how they did Raiden in this.
This man spends the majority of the movie doing his best Nightcrawler impression. Never fights, but pulls all this gravitas like he's gonna do some shit, and he's like,
no,
and then pulls his best Gandalf impression.
Which one? Oh, just walking around.
It's like Shang Tsung comes up into his crib. He's like, "You do not belong here." And I'm sorry about the accent, but
hey, you're close because he's the dude from Thor. So he's like, "Whoever you are." But his voice, but it's like, he didn't even do that voice. He's just well, this is Mortal Kombat. And I'm like,
he pulls his dragon staff out of his ass, and rather than kicking Shang Tsung out of his fucking house, he makes a wall. Like, and it's the same like shitty ass special effects that he used for his eyes that make it just like milky. He's like, he makes a milk and like spark wall.
It does.
The power of Raiden is like, and Shang Tsung's like, well, shit, I didn't think about that, despite the fact that I could teleport and I could just like move all my guys on the other side of that wall. But we'll get you next time, Gadget.
Yeah, and that's another thing about this movie is how needlessly they get rid of people, just like Natara. Okay, she shows up.
I just stopped the movie and Googled her because I forgot that she was in one of the Mortal Kombat games. So it was like, what was it, Mortal Kombat?
It was Deadly Alliance.
5.
Yeah,
that's 5.
Yeah, Deadly Alliance she was in, but
was she in any other one apart from that in Armageddon?
No, about to say she was actually recently in. She didn't play a big role, but she was recently in the animated Scorpion's Revenge movie. But she wasn't like a fighter. She was like one of those background characters. But it's just funny because
the Terry fans are very excited about.
But it's just funny because she showed
like 10 seconds.
She shows up and like Shang Tsung's like busting a nut about it, be like, "Oh, how beautiful!" And once the shield's down and Shang rolls with the his warriors, she shows up and Kung Lao just gets right on top of her, and I say that was probably the best part of the whole fucking movie is when he gets on top of her and does the fatality and splits her in half. That was the best part of the whole fucking movie.
But then shit happens, and Shang Tsung telekinetically yoinks Kung Lao and rips his soul out. Of which, hold up. Liu Kang wants to save him. Which Liu Kang, I'm sorry about the actor. Like the boy put in some work. He was.
Oh
ripped.
yeah, he was
great. But the fire special effects fucking sucked. And his lines, his delivery, he might as well have been Stickman. He was so made of wood. He might as well have been elm or maple.
See, I don't know if that was his actual accent, because I'm pretty sure he was in. He did.
I ain't talking about his accent. I'm talking about his acting.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I think in the writing.
I don't. Like I said, I don't think that was his accent, because I'm pretty sure. Either way, I don't know. But he was in the Power Rangers movie. I think he was the Black Ranger. I'm not 100% sure. The newest one. But I wasn't digging. They made Liu Kang look like a bitch. They made him look like a bitch.
And the bicycle kick looked like shit.
No, it didn't look right at all. I'm about to say, I could have done with the old, 1995 bicycle kick. It would have been a whole lot better.
Right. But am I the only one who thought that Cabal belonged in the Power Rangers movie?
I actually thought he was probably almost he was a good Cabal. I thought he was okay, because he was he almost.
But his appearance, he looked. I was waiting for Rita to throw down her staff to make him grow. Is what I'm saying.
Oh Lord! Yeah.
And Shang Tsung did kind of look like he should have been Rita Repulsa's brother.
After 1,000 years, I'm free.
It's time to conquer.
Oh, now we're just gonna make this a Power Rangers Mortal Kombat crossover.
Yes. Magic word. Make my monster grow. His blades were made of stone. Why? Also, hold up. How does this shit work? He's trying to take over Earthrealm, but apparently he can recruit Earthlings to fight for his side.
Yeah,
that works.
Yeah, and that's another thing that
and the chosen champions, it could just be yoinked from these chosen champions. What the fuck does that mean? That's how Kano got his mark and thus his magical powers, and Cabal apparently must have done it to somebody. It's like, who planned this?
I don't know. and the whole
because the gods are lazy.
The whole thing was fucking stupid. Just because when there's that, I think Cabal was talking to Shang Tsung. He was like, "Yeah, did you see a guy down there, piece of shit?" And I'm like, "You weren't even down there, so how the hell you know about Kano was down there at that point? You weren't there, man." So at this point, I'm gonna be like you. Shit just happens.
Shit just fucking happens. The whole training montage and what the fuck did they call the magic powers?
Arcana or something like Arcana. I don't know. Either one, it was stupid.
Is this a Persona game?
It was stupid. It was stupid.
The fucking tarot cards.
Because I think when we did the reaction to the trailer, you were like, I guess they eventually get their powers or whatever, and it was basically what you said. I remember in that. So I was like,
I couldn't even understand what the hell Liu Kang was saying about his origin and how he unlocked his Arcana. Something about he took the marking from some dude who was selling orphans or some shit, and after he killed him, that's when I unlocked my Arcana. It's
he mentioned he was
you unlocked it immediately.
He was
doesn't sound like you had to do a lot of fucking soul searching.
He was with Boy Rai Cho. So
yeah, Boy Rai Cho saved him. Again, paying lip service. The movie spent a lot of time paying lip service to things that would matter to actual fans, but rather than actually making it matter, it just comes off as insulting. Like Kano stealing
Shinnok's amulet.
Shinnok's amulet. Put that back. It's like that's an interesting Easter egg. But it invokes a very important character to Mortal Kombat that does not appear at all in the movie anywhere at all. And you think Shang Tsung is invading Raiden's house, You'd think he'd want that fucking amulet.
Exactly.
Not that it matters.
No, we're gonna. And another thing, like you were talking about the amulet. Remember when we were breaking down the trailer? They had Katana's fan. Where the fuck was she? They already killed her off. You know. But
oh, and then after Liu Kang fails to and you're telling me everyone's getting magic powers, but the black man's magic powers is to just manifest robotic arms.
Hey, man.
The fuck was that? I would have accepted his magic power was to quake the earth by punching it. You know, like Jax has special moves in and of himself, but first it's like the monks gave him like these like bony as fuck robotic skeleton arms that he couldn't do shit with, and then it's like they just manifest.
Well, they gotta unlock
shit. Just happened.
What? Just like you said, shit just happens. He unlocked his, just like Kano did. Apparently, pissing Kano off unlocked his power. Which is funny because we're at the end where they were all fighting each other, and you know, Kano, Sonya killed Kano and finally got the Dragon Morgan. She got her powers just like that. Like she didn't.
Green is like I get from Kano. It's like, where the fuck was your soul searching?
Right? Yeah, I mean.
It's like, so everyone gets like they get their ass kicked. They lose Kung Lao, who was annoying as fuck for me. Not to mention
what?
So hold up, because he was so fucking snarky, and I never liked Kung Lao to be honest. But hold on. Tell me this: Kung Lao appears on screen when he first shows up. He does his iconic teleport, where he came out the ground. Why didn't he do that at any other time? Like when he's waiting for Natiri or whatever the fuck her name is to show up,
Natara.
And he's sitting there like, and he's thinking, I don't know, maybe she's from Pandora, but and he's sitting there praying. I'm thinking, oh, so he's gonna like teleport and he's gonna like slam down on her or something. It's like, no, that didn't happen.
Either way,
so are you telling me your Arcana is hat?
Well.
And why'd the hat snap back to Liu Kang after he died?
I don't know, man. Just like Thor's hammer, I guess.
Liu Kang was deemed worthy of hat.
But and that's another thing, man, about this movie, man. The whole fight with Goro and Cole.
Oh yes, I love how Cole's family are unfazed by everything.
Like the whole scene reminded me of not Jurassic Park. The Lost World when the T-Rex was walking around town. That's how bad that scene was. I was like, yo, they like the family's like, I'm gonna just go get an axe and chop him right in the leg. And
hold up. What was Cole's wife's name?
Allison.
Fuck, she had a name? I didn't hear it. I never heard it.
I think it was Allison. I recently just watched the end.
Or was that the daughter?
Either way.
Or was that the daughter?
I don't know. I can look this up.
Hold up. Under the tenets of shit just happens, Cole's Arcana is he manifests vibranium skin.
Hey, look.
Someone saw Black Panther and said, that's a cool idea. I'm going to take that. Oh, but not just that. He also manifests Tonfas.
Why? I say I pulled it like it's
shit just happens.
And that's the bad thing about this movie, man, because I know it's gonna, make money because of the name.
This is good.
It's gonna make money because of the name, and that's the other bad thing because people are just gonna like, see these fatalities and be like, yo, this is the most amazing thing that I've seen a whole lot worse in horror movies than this. It was just, and these fatalities, they weren't like super great. Like the whole, and that's another thing. Scorpion, how long was he in this movie? For like as Scorpion, like
about as long as what's his face was in Godzilla. What's his name? The guy from Breaking Bad.
No, he I feel like he was in there a little bit longer.
I don't know. But the point is it's fairly similar. The movie and the trailer is cut in a way that makes you think that Scorpion is going to be in the movie for longer than he actually was, and it's like, oh no, he's in here for a bit.
Yeah. So yeah, the wife's name was Allison, and his daughter was named Emily. So yeah.
Yay.
But on a side note, let's go to the stats real quick. Hold on.
I was surprised that they showed him eviscerating Goro, because like almost every single fight had these heavy cuts that wouldn't allow us to actually just watch the action. It's like somebody would do one thing and then it would cut.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because
it's so disjointed. It's hard to keep track of what the fuck is going on. It makes the fights look even messier than they already were.
Yeah.
Not to mention, his wife and daughter should have died.
Oh yeah, they should have been dead.
They were dead. They were dead. I'm sorry, they're frozen. You're punching them. You're just gonna break their limbs off.
And I'm gonna talk about these news outlets and everything talking about the review. I'm gonna call out. Not saying I'm a journalist or anything like that, but I'm gonna call out places that say they're like big into Mortal Kombat and everything, like IGN, GameSpot, Polygon, I guarantee they don't know everything about Mortal Kombat. They don't know everything. As much as these people put out articles like, who's the best Mortal Kombat fighter, IGN, I give credit to IGN's review because they didn't give it like a 9 like GameSpot did. They gave that one a 7 out of 10. And it was funny because they were critiquing about how the characters get fucking written off real quick, like Melina, which I was like, I was fine with her, Not
hey, at least she gave you a real big smile before she got blown away.
Yeah, for like 2 seconds. And I was like, okay, that's cool.
She got a big mouthful of tonfa.
And that's the thing, because like I was kind of iffy about her the actor playing Melina. Yeah. I thought she was okay. I say it was
she was fine for what she was allowed to do. It's a lot of like, if I would not say that this had potential, looking at what it was, but I would say that there were elements there that could have been done. Something could have been done with it.
Yeah. About to say, like,
but I am completely disillusioned at the notion that this could have been amazing, because it
like I said,
bad.
Like I said, went in with low expectations. Not disappointed. I knew what I was getting in.
I always go into this shit with hope. Like, sadly, like I would say high expectations, but I'm always hoping that it's going to be good. It's like the Sonic video game from the past like 12 years. It's like, I always hope it's going to be good.
But
mostly I'm disappointed, but I'd rather be disappointed and still go into a movie with a positive outlook. I'd rather not go into a movie assuming that it's going to be shit.
Yeah.
Because I get nothing out of coming out of it. It's like, well, I knew it was shit.
But
just wasting my time.
Anyway.
But hold on, real quick. Can we address the white hot room?
Yeah.
Sorry. Deep cut Marvel reference. It's it's when Raiden teleported everyone to the waiting room. Of which I love the excuse. I love the excuse. It was like Liu Kang's like, why couldn't you save Kung Lao? It's like, because I can't. It's like, why? Because they tell me not to. It's like, is it the director? Is he telling you not to? Is it the writers? Because apparently, I mean, did you run out of lightning? Was it on cooldown? Open the fucking door, dude.
Yeah, I just don't like how Raiden was able to teleport everybody to fight with each other, and I'm like,
oh yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. In the original movie, again, to effectively necessitate the reason why Raiden couldn't just fix everything, because he can't be the one to fight for Earthrealm, and even when they broke the rules, he couldn't come back on them. He couldn't snap back on them because he can't use his powers in Outworld. He was teleporting motherfuckers to Outworld.
Was it Outworld?
It's
I don't think they ever went to Outworld.
They teleported Melina, Cabal.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And right at the foot of a statue for Shao Kahn. That has to be
I
Outworld.
remember.
But what gets me is that, like, for one, let's remember that. Are you trying to tell me that? Are you trying to twist this into like Raiden gave Cole tough love when he kicked him the fuck out? It's like, I always knew you could do it. It's like, bullshit, motherfucker. You kicked my ass out.
Oh
well. And then it's like, okay, Cole, you tell everybody what else to do because you only know these people for like 10 minutes. It's like, all right. It's like, and it's like he goes to everyone. Jax goes like, give me another shot at that guy. I got it. Just so I gotta give him payback. It's like, don't you think you want payback against the guy who actually shattered your arms? It's like not the guy with the hammer who's just like hit you twice.
I'm sorry. Why are you gonna make Sub-Zero seem OP in this movie? Like, yo.
And then suddenly he's not. Well, see, and that was again the other thing. Like, Jax, did you see how huge his fucking arms were? And yet, apparently, when he was fighting Sub-Zero, ignoring when Sub-Zero used his powers, Sub-Zero was tossing him around like he was of equal or greater strength. It's like, all right, guess those arms are for nothing. You can't fight for shit. I've been on 6 tours, but apparently I can't fight. But it's like, okay, so Jax has a grudge against. What's his fucking name?
Again, it's supposed to be Rico, or in this case, unless you know we've been
that was from Deception, wasn't it?
4. Rico was in Mortal Kombat 4.
Okay, Rico looking like he's cosplaying as Shao Kahn with a big ass hammer. So it's like, okay, he wants this grudge match with Rico, despite the fact that like it was Sub-Zero that fucked him over. All right, it's like Sonya's like, just let me get to that bitch. It's like, no, you get Kano. It's like you're just not giving anybody the fights that they actually want. It's like, Liu Kang, you get your vengeance on Cabal for Kung Lao. It's like, but Cabal didn't kill Kung Lao. Shang Tsung did. It's like, were you not there? I thought you were there. I thought you saw this shit.
Yeah. But
Rain's just in there. This is a great idea.
he didn't even know what the fuck to do. He didn't know what to do. But
the fucking dragon, of which, what the hell was Cabal thrown into that he couldn't use his speed anymore?
I don't know.
It's like, oh no, a sticky pit.
Oh no, tar pits.
Shit just happens.
But anyway,
fatality for Kung Lao. It's I'm sorry.
Those one-liners do not work. Those one-liners did not work.
Announcing the flawless victory and the fatality. It was so corny.
But anyway, as right now today, the Rotten Tomato score for this Mortal Kombat is at a 56. Metacritic is at 44.
This movie belongs in the M. Night Shyamalan
But however,
the last Airbender competitor kind of shit.
Oh god. But however, the 1995 version of Mortal Kombat is at a 43% on Rotten Tomatoes and is at a 60 on Metacritic. So, roles reverse.
What's the user score for the original Mortal Kombat movie on Rotten Tomatoes?
User score? Hold on, let's see.
Yeah, because the critic score was fairly low. We know that.
Yeah, I'm about to say, hold on. No shitty ass internet over here. Audience score is at a 57 for the 95 version.
I'm actually surprised.
Hold on, let me see the one for 2021.
They didn't even do the low ball thing, like the simplest, the easiest thing they could have done to win some.
It's at an 88%
easy
right
points.
now.
What?
The new Mortal Kombat. It's at an 88.
It's the Transformers effect.
But
there's just so many people that are okay with as God
yeah,
damn it.
like me trying to argue with people at work about this, because like I don't know, I'll find out tomorrow if they've seen it or not. But me telling them, I was like, this was not Mortal Kombat. But I say it was pretty much Shang Tsung trying to cheat. All it was. That's all he was trying to do. He was trying to cheat.
And I'm sorry. Remember the last time we were talking about when we were talking about the trailer, and I said I'm not feeling the Shang Tsung.
Oh yeah,
I know the actor.
I totally agree.
The actor.
I totally agree.
And I liked him in Marco Polo, but I was not feeling the Shang Tsung, and I was right.
Yeah, he did.
The Shang Tsung was like at least both sides were equal, because Shang Tsung was just as bad as Raiden.
Yeah, see, man, this is where they should have brought the original Shang Tsung actor, Cary Hookiegawa, I guess that's how you would say his name.
No.
What, you didn't?
No.
You didn't want? You wouldn't want him back?
Not with that script.
Oh yeah, not with the script that we got. Yeah. But
you can't polish that turd. I'm sorry.
I'll say
like the Shang Tsung that we had in the original movie was threatening. He was like that man was a fucking threat. He was dangerous.
And here's
like he didn't have to sit there. OG Shang Tsung didn't have to suck out a soul like fucking Bette Midler from Hocus Pocus.
Oh, my dumb ass.
Oh god.
Ooh.
OG Shang Tsung just looks at the motherfucker, goes like this, and that soul goes straight into his motherfucking eye.
Oh god, this movie, man. This fucking movie. What would you rate it? What would you rate this movie?
I'd give it a 2.
Ooh, damn, you went even lower than I did. Shit.
I give it an extra point because it was really funny. If I had to be honest, this movie looks like it honestly seems less like it was meant to be a movie and more like it was supposed to be the pilot for a CW Mortal Kombat series.
I mean, we did have a Mortal Kombat TV series, and it was called, well, you had 2 of them. You had the cartoon Defenders of the Realm and the live action one with Kung Lao called Mortal Kombat Conquest. So
both of those were better than this.
Oh yeah, they were. I ain't gonna lie. I'll say
Kano wins.
I'll even go even further. The movie, the animated movie, the very first animated movie, I can't remember what it was called. Damn. I think it was called The Journey Begins. It was on VHS. I had it. It was this shitty ass computer graphic Mortal Kombat. This was better. That was better than this. Okay, that was better. That's how bad this movie was. Now, granted, like I say, y'all can butcher us. I don't care. I'm a Mortal Kombat fan. This was not representing the whole Mortal Kombat storyline. It just had Mortal Kombat characters. Okay.
We're not gonna judge this. We're not gonna judge this on whether or not it followed the Mortal Kombat story to the light of the games. Tend not to, because they like every for the past like 3 games they've been reorganizing the story. So I'm not going to judge it. I'm not judging it on that. Take the material and tell me your new story. But this new story,
shit happens.
Shit just happens. Shit just happens here. No, but for real, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. This is gonna be my final word on the whole thing. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which is genuinely seen as a bad movie, is bad. The emotions that it invokes from you, from a fan, though, is frustration. Because you saw Mortal Kombat Annihilation, you saw the potential there, you saw the possibility for a better movie, something that built up off of the original. Where in this movie, you don't even, it's so bad you can't even be frustrated because it's just hilarious. It's just like, it's slapstick.
Yeah.
and that's sad. It's pitiable.
And bad enough, the actor who played Sub-Zero recently signed up for 4 more movies. So we might get some more Mortal Kombat.
Welcome to the new Transformer franchise.
And I swear, I'm gonna tell you now, the only way you're gonna save this movie, is Chronica from Mortal Kombat 11 ignores that whole timeline, but like to where she realizes, man, I fucked up that timeline.
It's like I wanted that to be like the big credit scene. Chronica is just like watching all this go down. It's like ooh. Let's just go ahead and reset this.
Yeah, because they need to do something because. I mean, they.
And then it ends with this idea. It's like, all right, now we need more fighters. It's like, wait. So Raiden could just decide to have more guys?
Exactly.
Why was he bitching about the ones he got then?
He's like, I made a bad choice. I fucked up.
Shit just happens.
And basically, at the end they teased Johnny Cage, and I'm like, no. And it was funny because it was like I was saying to one of my friends about the movie when the trailer first came out. I was like, what if at the end of this movie the camera like kind of pans back and you see the original actor who played Johnny Cage, be like, so what did you think of that Mortal Kombat movie? He's like, and I would have accepted that and be like, okay, that would have been a bomb, and have the original actor play Johnny Cage showing his Mortal Kombat movie to somebody. But unfortunately,
trying to throw in references to the original movie. Raiden never said, "I don't think so." There wasn't like I would have accepted like when Kung Lao and Kano were training for like Kung Lao to tell Kano, "This is where you fall down."
No, I don't need that. About to say that it was
the entire movie was trying to pay lip service to the fans, and the prominent fans for this movie would be fans of the original movie, but they chose not to make any kind of lip service or Easter eggs or lip service to that at all.
But on that point, I'm gonna let everybody know, if you're a big fan of Mortal Kombat since day one, like the original Mortal Kombat, playing it in the arcade up until now. This movie, you're gonna hate it. I'm gonna tell you now. If you like it, I don't know how the fuck you like it, because it doesn't follow anything pretty much for
the fights.
Yeah, but I say that.
I don't know what you're talking about, Roy. The fights are cool.
I didn't enjoy.
I like Scorpion.
And what the 5 minutes
he used the fire,
and that was corny. That was corny.
He used the hellfire. And the hellfire. And the pulling up the mask and the breath.
Yeah, that was corny. That was bad.
He's like, peel your fucking face off, dude.
He always grabbing his mask like
these huge fucking huge fucking masks.
But that's another thing about it. I'm like, God, man, 5 minutes of Scorpion fighting Sub-Zero, and that's it. This whole fucking time, and how he got there was, Hans, Cole grabbing
bled on the kunai. But we're supposed to assume that this guy has been wandering around in hell waiting for his chance to come back. He's like, I'm just seeing like Scorpion like, someone just call me. Come on, tag me in.
You over there like Shia LaBeouf? Just do it.
Bleed on the kunai.
Just do it. Anyway, let's go ahead and end this damn video. It's a review for that was intended for like 20 minutes, ended up being 45. But
I'm sorry.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Okay. That's going to be it for us, guys. Woo. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched the movie, you had your idea on what you thought. You thought our opinion fucking sucked. Go ahead and let us know down in the comments down below. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to follow us for whatever content we got coming up next. We got the review the overview of our opinions for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and we're going to be doing some more streaming on our Twitch channel. So make sure you check that out. Anyway, I've been Azzy. That's been Roy. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Good as him. Deuces.
Flawless victory.
Latest.
Scorpion wins. Harakiri.